maybe I can get. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So, let's know. So, disclaimer, right? You guys don't have to do the stupid disclaimer. Well, I guess it's not so stupid, right? We got to say it's educational purposes only. Blah 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 blah. All right. So, how's it going, guys? All right. So, I think we've got the live stream OBS conundrum sorted out. I hope so. All right. So. We'll just start here because I know the vast majority of you guys can't watch during the day. Right? It's funny, you know, live streamers, we make this assumption. Well, of course, everybody's going to stop their day and, you know, check out this live stream. Of course. You know, hang on one second. Got Sensei's pinging me, just trying to get a few more in here. But that said, I know the vast majority can't watch this in real time, and many may or may not have any interest in some of the assets that we're looking at, which is why we've started to list the times that they start. So hopefully that's easier for you guys to manage. So if you don't care about, you know, whatever, you can get right to a coin or an asset or a pair or something that would interest you. Okay, so first up here, let's go ahead and get it rolling. Let me get over to the. Well, let's get over to the, can you guys, I guess you guys can't see that. So let's get over to where I started here. So Young Yan, right? I like Young Yan because he takes what we teach and he just applies it. He doesn't try and reinterpret it. He just takes it and goes, okay, I see what's happening here. Let's apply it, see how we're doing. Now, this is a tricky chart. Because at first glance it looks easier than it actually is. So he's going with a top in here. Is that so? Here's COVID low. What an ugly start we get. You know, I'm going to come back to Young Yan's here. Jesus, I had to bring it up somewhere so I could find it. Shit, where did I put it? Is it over here? Oh, I think I put it next to Apple. Yeah, let me just to give you guys an idea of where he's coming from. I just cleaned it up a little bit. His it's a little bit hard to see. He, you know, people have a preference. They like to see the zigzag of the wave structure. I find it kind of screws me. It makes it harder for me to see, but obviously he likes it. So I just went over here just to kind of get a cleaner look at it. I mean, I'll tell you what, I'm quite glad we don't have to worry about this section here. I don't know how we're counting that. Oh, some sort of, it looks like, oh God, that is ugly. It's just you got a 3 followed by a 3 followed by a 5 followed by what looks like a WXY. Very, very difficult here. Fortunately, we don't really have to mess with it much, although it does kind of look like all of this, you know, got tapped in here. So if you call it consolidation, order block, you know, demand zone, whatever, right? It got tapped into here. So this is one of those counts where when you first look at it, whether it's Young Yan's version here, I did the same thing looking at his. I just went, okay, well, here's the last 5 down that I can see, right? So I've got a good 5 here. So now I got to kind of work backwards. Well, there's a couple of interesting things here. One, so if this is the top, so this is the COVID low, this would be our top here. So this is free money. This is Fed tightening. Oh, good. Thanks, John. So what do you do with this? Well, this just looking at this as this was coming down, this just struck me as a great example to demonstrate how the algo works, right? Our favorite little measure move algo, you know, courtesy of David Halsey, who introduced it to the world. I always like to give him credit. So since I use it and teach it, I just want to be sure that people know where it came from. It was not my discovery. But look, it's well. So what you don't have to discover. Shit, I didn't discover Elliott Wave or median lines either, right? You don't have to be the one who introduced a technical approach to benefit from it. So much like I'm doing here and trying to teach you guys, this is just a great example of how. Well, often you'll hear me say things like, trust me, the institutions, whales, call them what you will, that are on the other side of this algo, they do not care what side wins. They don't care because their pockets are so deep, they will eventually get on the right side of it. And it sounds glib when I'm saying that, oh, fuck, don't worry about it. They don't care. But they don't care because, see, we care because if we're wrong and we take the hit, right, that likely to have some meaning. The resources they're trading with are essentially, I mean, damn near bottomless. So they don't care because if they're wrong, eventually they'll get a sequence, which will, it's much like anything in trading. This will reward them so substantially for all those times that they're on the wrong side of it. Again, they don't care. So you have to look at this. So there's a couple of things to look at here. Well, so first we look at the swing right to a 50, right? So, okay, is that an algo? You know, you can't say for sure, right? It certainly is where you would anticipate that you'd get a reaction, right? That's about all you can say. We don't really confirm. We can't. You know, a 50% retracement is not rocket science, but we can't really confirm it until we get a target tag, right? Or even if it goes through, that's where you confirm that it's this algo. It's not here, right? That could be nothing, right? Just could be 50% retracement. But I want you to look as we come down here. That's the lesson here. And it's hard to do because you get one winner and you think, oh shit, man, it's not going to do it again. But in actual fact, that's what you're looking for is a sequence like this. Now, this is out on the daily, right? So this is going to be trickier to trade. Likely you'd be trading this with options. Young Yan, I think, came to us originally when we were starting to focus on options, and we're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to it, Young Yan. But look at what happens here. So first from the last swing high before we go down, well, there's more in there, but we'll just do it here, right? So from here, let's just look at that, and we say, okay, well, all right. Okay, big deal. All right, now first, so you look here and you go, well, why are you using that one? Why not this one? Well, would it matter? Probably not, right? I'm using this one just because it's a little more precise, and then I can see after that, I know they used it. So as we look on this move coming down here, let me clear this up just to make this point. So we know the algo reacted here. That's all we need to know, right? Now, can we confirm? Well, we can't really confirm, just as I was saying, until we get down here, right? Is that the algo? Well, you know, the fact that we go golden zone would suggest that, like, let me tighten it up, would suggest that that's likely the algo, right? And, I mean, in JPMorgan, would that be surprising? Well, let's just slow down here and look at this sequence here. Look how precise this is. So we go here, we swing, which is just a free fall, just a waterfall. What's the retrace? Golden zone. Right now, I'm just going to keep going here in the sequence here because it's just striking, right? I mean, so now we go 50, right? Now we confirm because we get the reaction here. We get one reaction at first target, we get another reaction at second target. Well, now I'm just going to keep going, right? So this is why they don't care. Now you could look at it here and say, oh, it's 38, but nope. Go here, get right on that pivot, golden zone again. Now look, right, how do we confirm? Right, look right here, reaction. So we go again. This, you think they're getting paid here? You see it? Right in the pocket, right? I mean, they're to the tick. Now here, likely that's a front run. Likely, it looks like there's another one in there, a little micro, perhaps right here. If I pull it from here, right, 50 to the tick. Like a little bit of a front run down here, which does happen, right? You'll see it. You know, it's you know, how, we don't know, right? We're never going to know, but I can look at that and say, oh, okay, well that's to the tick right now. Little front run here. It looks like they were going for it, but look at the move that comes off of that. So I just wanted to make a point of trying to show you guys the theory behind this and the. Let's see, maybe theory is the wrong way to say it, but the technique to trading this is to trade them until they fail. That's what the algorithm does, right? And that's where we're back to they don't care, right? Because if they get stopped out, they don't care. So you'd be looking here going, oh, okay, well, likely a front run. Well, so we'd go into the very last one. Here's the very last one right here, right? So now we come up to it and we just blow right through. So here's the failure. Right. So at this point, you would be likely thinking, oh, okay, well, perhaps I have some sort of a trend change. But slow down. What happens? So, we got into it with a prospective member, because of course this is permeating all markets, all time zones, right? The S&P, which we day trade every day. I mean, this is what the market does, right? It's just a degree, right? Are you looking at the 1 minute, a 2000 tick chart? Are you looking at the 15 minute, a 5 minute? It doesn't matter, right? Whatever you're looking at, you're going to see this just all over. That's all it does, right? It just pings this algo. Now, I'm not saying that's the only algo in there. I'm saying this is the dominant algo, or maybe said differently, this is the algo we can track, right? Because it leaves these nice big footprints. So as you're sitting here thinking, oh, trend change, well, the small one has broken, but has the larger trend broken? Well, now you're in a bit of a conundrum here, as I was just getting started on this. We had a client, right, or he was trialing some of this. He's saying, how do I systematize this, right? I want to be able to back test this. So the reality of it is that you can't really do it because you don't know which side's going to win. And that's why out at this degree, we employ Elliott Wave and market geometry so that we can get some additional clues as to who's likely to win. Because as we sit right here, here's a tag out of the golden zone. Here's a tag at the 50. Who's going to win that? Do we know? No, we don't know. Do they know? No, they don't know. Do they care? They don't care. We care. They don't care because if they get stopped out, well, okay, right, no problem, right? If this goes up and gets stopped out, it's not. This is an important distinction. It's not that they go long here. They don't. They're stopped out. They wait for the next retrace, and they'll take that one, looking for that one. That's all, right? So a lot of people misunderstand that. This is not a reversal. This is we're out of the market, right? So for the next bull. Now, you can look here and say, well, the next one that they're going to take would be right here. That's right. Yeah, they would, right? Looking for this, right? Because if it comes back up here, it's not out here. It's only right there that they're complete. It would have to be a close above. Now, there's no other pivot to pull from. Now, bulls are beat. Or pardon me, bears are beaten here, right? Because bulls have it. This is a significant event if you're in a trade when you've broken the golden zone from the high. Because there's no resistance here. Well, how do I get resistance? Maybe I'm going off too long on this, but I think because we have so many new people joining us here, they may not get this. So you think, oh, okay, well, bears are beaten here. Well, yes, they are at this degree. But when is the next time you're going to get any sort of a sell side algo? If we retrace. Right here at a daily, it doesn't have to go very far. There it is, right there. Right, that it'll be there. Once again, do they care? Do they care what happens here? No, they don't care. Because if it does this, oh, okay, what are they going to do next? And I guess I'm taking the time here so that you understand here. The next buy will be right there. So see, now look at this. Now compare over here. See, over here, this is, oh, that's theoretical. Oh, that hasn't happened. Well, I just showed you exactly how it happens. That's the point of this. So you see, oh, that's how this fucking thing works. I see. Now, is it here? Well, you're always looking for it. What did it do last? Maybe it was here. Was it here? No, I don't see it. Was it here? Where was it? You got to find it. What did it do last? Or you'll trade right into it. You have to find it. Probably too much. Up here, too much, right? So this is where, see, the bull side here is breaking, right? They're getting stopped out left and right. And then look what happens, right? I know you can't see in there. Now we get the sell runoff here, which is just one measured move after the next, until it fails. Oh, now we're coming back the other way, right? And we ping here. You have to know where, oh shit, I shouldn't say it that way. what we're teaching you is to identify where this is. And then we have to put it in context because we absolutely do not know which side's going to win. How could we get even the slightest edge? Because otherwise, just like, well, what? Okay, well, if I don't know, how am I going to trade this, right? If they don't care, I mean, how am I going to do this? Well, that's why we bring the Elliott Wave in, and why when I was first being taught this, right, and it was taught to me a little bit differently. I adapted after what I saw that Halsey was doing, and saw how it fit in so perfectly with Elliott Wave. So this being a potential B, a 1-2, it fit in so perfectly. And then as we're looking at this, going, well, fuck, how do I know which way it's going to go? Well, of course, you don't know. So all we can do is play with the odds. And then that's where the context of where this is happening comes into play and why the Elliott can, not always, but it can give you an advantage because you have that context. So what do I have here? Well, it's sure as fuck not corrective. That's a raging impulse. Now, but that said, though, it's, markets never make it easy. Let's pull this off. This is kind of a bitch of a count because look at all the overlaps here. So if you're thinking here, all right, some sort of ugly 1-2, right? Well, it's likely the 2, right? We don't get a new high. Remember, a 2 and a B, right, are always, there's a bunch of stops up there, right? If they can't get them, that's why it rolls over. They can't get them, right? So the longs have to cover. Oh shit! Yeah. Then bears take over. So calling this the 2 is reasonable. It's that's an ugly start to it. It's kind of a force fit. You've got to deal with what's there. You don't have much to work with. But the implied count with this that follows, well, I can't get an impulse in here because of all those measured moves. Right? It's kind of cock blocking the Elliott count, but I can't. So you'd have to look at it and go, okay, 1-2. It can't be 3-4, right? Because I need an impulse here. So it can't be. So just applying Elliott rule set here, we're eliminating possibilities, right? So it's increasing the probability that I get to a pivot here that's meaningful that I can work with. Okay, 1-2, 1-2 cannot be 3. So what does that leave? Well, you're going to have to get a 1-2 here, 3, 4, 5 to get your 3. Here's the 4. This is the only 4 that will work because here's the 1. So to get a complete impulse here, it's a little bit of an Elliott shuffle to get it in there. But I got a clean 5 here, pretty good 3. So now I'm on a daily, right? So if we go down to a smaller time frame, you can damn near see it, right? You can see there's a little 1-2 in that. 3, 4, 5. You're going to have to do it that way. Pardon me, 1, 2, 3. Here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So here's the third. If I draw it, you're going to have to do it this way. 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's the only way you can make that work. So, because I need an impulse in here because this 4 can't overlap that one. So that the fact that the algo is so active in here is driving the count. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, I get something that completes down here. And why do I say that? Because I can see, right, whenever we see a 5, we're either starting something or finishing something. Well, I got a pretty good 5 here, clean too, right? I get a clean 5 that comes out of here. And what do I get? Well, what is that? Is it corrective? Well, let's go back to what Young Yan has. Young Yan has this, I struggle on that. Young Yan. I'm going to change that one. Maybe you got to get something less difficult for me. Here's a 1-2. So he did the same thing. Note he did the same thing. He got the 3, 4, 5 down here, allowing for that, right? So he's putting a triangle in here, which is all quite good, right? It almost doesn't matter, right? So we've got the impulse down here. But now he's coming back up here and he's doing a little diag here. Oh, big A, right? Which is reasonable to think. Oh, what? Well, this isn't a 3, right? I mean, right? It's just it's a vertical line, right? We just go straight until we get this. Now, his thought is, oh, okay, well, I've got a big extension here, which is quite reasonable. Okay, because what else are you going to do with it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's an A. B. Now, it gets a little trickier here because we go into a double top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's what he's got. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go in there. Right? It's good work, right? Young, right? And when Young got here, he wasn't a great Elliottian, right? He's been working at it. His counts just get better and better, right? So this is creative. It's a little bit of like, so if you're brand new to it, it would be easy to look at that and go, oh, fuck, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But he digs through it, right? Okay, so here's a 1, I got a 3, I got a 3, I got another 3. Okay, so it's not the prettiest, right? But it works, right? A, B, C. Now, coming off of that, it gets a little squishy in here too. Same challenge here. You're going to go diag, and so kind of a shitty diag up here into another kind of shitty diag right down here. Well, right, we don't get to pick, is what the market offers. Okay, so certainly there's a 3, there's a 3, there's a 3, another 3. So the market's not very cooperative here. So as we get here saying, okay, well, fuck, okay, well, that's a lot of chit chat. Where's the trade? Well, it looks like he's already in here, and I know he's likely trading this with options. So he's either, well, I'm going to guess he's likely no, but that kind of a target, he's probably just straight long puts, because that's too far to spread, right? You wouldn't, what you'd recoup, if you were buying the 130 and selling the 120, you're not going to get enough or the 112. You're not going to get enough for the 112 to offset, to make it a worthwhile spread, to cap your potential. So he's got a full target here. I don't know. He didn't tell me, but my guess is he's long puts. So the thought being, okay, well, I've got some sort of an ugly 5 that completes here. I'm going to go A, I'm going to expand the B, and I'm going to get a C to give me a 2. So there's the 1, here's the 2. He's already in. He's got a good target here. So I look at that and I go, what matters to me, particularly for someone who's still in student mode, he's still learning but applying, and he's moving fast. What is most important to me is that he doesn't do this. Right. So he's willing to take the stop on the smaller one and say, okay, well, I was wrong there. And rather than go, fuck, I don't want to get stopped out. I'm going to put them both up here. He's smart enough to know, okay, better to take it here, because we don't know what's coming out of here. This count this could be 1, 2. We're going for a 3. So rather than do this and take the bigger hit here, and you see, it would have been easy to think, oh, I'm just going to average down my price. That's not the way. That's not how you survive long-term in the markets. That's not the way to do it. What he's doing is exactly right. Okay, I like the trade. He likes the trade here. He's already in the trade. But if your first taste is here and you get stopped out, okay, well, maybe the 2's up here. So why would you, right? Other than you don't want to get stopped out, that's the only reason you would do it. Why would you take all that drawdown thinking, oh, I'm going to get it here? Right? Why would you do that? That's just our own psyche. We hate to be wrong, right? You have to embrace it. It has to be, oh, okay, stop did its job. Great. Okay, next trade. Do I still like it up here? I mean, there'd be no reason not to. Why would you not like it, right? I mean, maybe he's going golden zone here. Could go 786, could go 1 tick from that high and still technically be a 2. But this is the zone we'd look at it for, and then you might, probably pull some of this over here and say, okay, perhaps I got an order block here, supply zone here, test, break, we're coming back to it. Okay, that makes sense. So small loser here, right? Okay, stopped its job. Okay, next, do I still like it here? And that might be a function of, okay, what's happening down here? Oh, this is nice. He's got, I think that's implied. Yeah, he's got implied and historical, right? So he can see the volatility skew. What's happening, right? Is the volatility going up or down? If you're trading options, you are, well, unless you're in a spread, you're always trading the volatility. All right, now you can neutralize that by working a spread. But for the most part, when you're trading options, right? I mean, the advantage option traders have is that they don't have to be directionally correct, right? They can just trade the volatility, because volatility is what goes in, one of the variables that goes into the pricing of an option. So if they get overpriced, too much implied volatility, if the volatility dies down, market doesn't even have to move. The volatility reduces, that premium comes out of the options. Right now I'm getting off on another tangent here. We're gonna do some more option stuff. But as it sits right here, I just love the way he's approaching this, because what's his focus? There's a wacky Elliott count in here that's not ideal, right? That wouldn't be necessarily one that I would trade, because the Elliott's suspect. But the money management is what matters here. So it really, I look at this and I go, oh, fuck, it's just another trade, right? So it's just, if you get stopped out, you get stopped out, right? Okay, next trade. As long as as long as I don't see people doing stuff like this, then I go, oh man, okay, we got to talk, right? This is not, this is, when you're doing that, you're making it about being right. That is not how you profit in the markets. It's not about being right, which sounds ass backwards. That's not what it's about. It's about, when you're right, are you making substantially more than when you're wrong? Because I guarantee you're going to be wrong more than you're right. Period. I don't care who you are. You're going to be wrong more than you're right. I can say that to you 1,000 times. It doesn't make it sting any less when you get stopped out. I took a big hit this morning in the S&P. Just wrong, right? But I was inside, right? Does it sting? Yeah, it stings. It stings, right? So my first instinct was, I'm going to get this back, right? But I don't have time, right? So I know, right? Knowing myself, I know that, oh shit, there's the instinct to revenge trade. It's when you got to stop trading, right? When you feel yourself, I know this is going, right? When you feel yourself doing that, go to sim, go to something, just walk away from the machine. You aren't in the right headspace, right? Because you have to be aggressive. You can't trade with fear in your mind. You can't trade that way. You have to be aggressive when you're right. It has to be that you're going to get maximum out of that. So if this starts, so just think about that for a second. Let's say this trade never happens and he's right here. It starts to come down. Okay, well, he knows if this is the 2 here, and this is likely, right? If it goes here, can't be the 2. Right, so here's where Elliott gives us context that we can use to our advantage. If that doesn't take that pivot out and starts to come down, process of elimination. What am I anticipating here? At the very least, I'm anticipating a leg that will equal that leg, right? For it to be a 1, 2, 3, it has to be at least 100%, or it can't be the 3. Well, it can be, right? As long as the 5 is short, right? 3 just can't be the shortest, but you'd be looking for at least 100%. So is he going to make 100% here? Is that 1-to-1? Okay, well, that's, even if he just gets that right there, well, there's 4.7-to-1, right? Because he's not doing that. He's not making it 1-to-1. So if he's right here, he's going to get that, oh shit, no, I screwed it up. He's going to get that 7-to-1. That is, if you just focus on that and quit getting so caught up in, God damn it, is that a triple combo into it? And if you just focus on, okay, if I'm going to take the trade, how much am I going to risk? How much can I make? If this starts to turn, I would encourage him to say, okay, odds are, right, which is all we get, it's odds. If that's 1, 2, we got a 3 going here, meaning we can project from that. You can just take it and say, okay, if that's the 1, that's the 2. Well, let's get the 1618 right here. Okay, so we'd be looking for a price down here at 121. He's selling it up here at 131. So he's $10 to the good here. Let's just assume it plays traditional Elliott ball and we get an impulse here. So we're not going to take out the 1. We're going to roll over for the 5. Is there another trade here for him? Yeah. There is. So he's got the 2 into the 3. There's the 4. Odds are, right? Odds are, if this is as labeled, if this is 1, 2, and we're going to go 3, 4, 5. Now, this is important. If that doesn't happen, you can't, well, let me phrase it this way. My suggestion to you would be, if that doesn't happen and this blows up, whatever rates change, Fed policy changes, and we go up here, I would encourage you to not think, oh, well, that Elliott Wave crap doesn't work. The only way you come to that conclusion is if you're risking too much and you do something like this. Well, oh God, I just lost my ass. Well, that stuff doesn't work. That's not the name of the game. The name of the game is to be profitable when you're right, more so than when you're wrong. If you just focus on that, the TA becomes, it's just a question of, well, how heavily do you want to get into it? How much do you care? Like, what is that? Is that a leading diag with it? You know, if you're into that, right, which would be the reason you'd be sitting through a live stream of mine or studying our content, is because intuitively you look at that and go, okay, that makes sense to me, because otherwise, what are we using for context? Okay, I'm not saying Elliott Wave is the be all end all and that you have to use it. It's another way to get some context. That's kind of the idea here. So if you look at it and say, oh, if that's this, it's a if this then that kind of a thinking. If this is the 1 and that's the 2, I know that I can project for a 3 here that would be at least 100% of the first swing. So that gives me an advantage over someone who's not using that. My opinion, right? That gives me an advantage. If I didn't think it gave me an advantage, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't teach it. It's hard enough to make money in here. Hard enough. Anything that can give me an advantage. So you're telling me if I just do a little studying and I do a little practice and I work on this and I apply it, that I'm going to have an advantage over those that don't. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. All right, God, shit, I'm supposed to be quick today, and I'm on a rant already on the first one. Young Jan, I almost don't care about your early account. I'm so glad to see the way you're approaching the money management. I think your count is perfectly valid, but the key to it is how you're approaching risk. Good for you, man. Very well done. I don't know. What do we do here? Well, that sure looks like a 5. What was his broader count that we were going to go? Well, this is 1, 2. We're looking for a big down, right? So he's going with this. 1. Oh, pardon me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, shit. What is he doing here? Let me get him back here. He's giving me, we're on a 4-hour. That's why. So if I go 4-hour, shush. Somewhere on my door. He's going with 1. He's going with 1, 2. Hang on, guys. 1 second. My trading partners will be yapping if I don't let them out. Young Yan, 1, 2. Let's come back here. If this kicks back, this area up here looks like it might be interesting. So if you're wrong about that, and we're going to kick a little bit higher, I mean, you're down here at this level here. If we kick up a little bit higher, I wouldn't shy away from that. From going again on the idea that you're going to get this kind of a thing. If you're just early, right, I wouldn't shy away from that. Because of your count looks quite good. So let me put his count on here. So it would be A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. If not 2, 2's higher. You're still looking for 3. So you take the stop, you reload here. You'd be looking for this, right? That's going to be the 1618. There's 1, 2, right? That's what you're looking for right here, right? 102. Is that going to play? No idea. No idea. Really shouldn't matter, because when we get there, I'm definitely not doing that. What's there? 10 to 1? How many 10s to 1s do you need? Not many, right? To offset all the little losers that are going to be here, just like this one, if it's a loser. Well, and there's an important point here. When it comes back here, you got to be able to pull the trigger again. Wait a minute, it's going up. It's going up. Wait. I don't want to sell that. It's going up. That's if you're a retracement trader, that's the conundrum you're always dealing with. All right, let me keep moving. God, I got on a rant there. I did not mean to. I got Razor. Okay, so let me get Razor going up here. Razor, what you give me an image? Oh shit! Here, let me get. I got that. What am I doing here, Razor? Copy link. Can I get that? There we go. Okay, so Razor is oh shit, man. What are you giving me here, Razor? I can't even see the asset. Oh, buddy. What'd you give me here, Razor? I can't tell what it is. Am I missing it? 48. don't know what you're giving me. I know you. It looks like he did it off his phone. I'm sorry, buddy. I can't tell what it is, so I can't pull it up. Okay, sorry. I think Razor might be a new member. There's pinned for any of you that don't know this. Pinned in this channel at the top is how to do it. It looks like he did it off his phone, and I was looking for charts, so I apologize, Razor. I don't. Oh, pardon me. You did list it. Bitcoin D on the weekly. Okay, all right. So, oh shit. Okay, Bitcoin D on the weekly. Okay. D. Oh, crypto. On the weekly. Let's get it on the weekly. Let me get rid of everything. 1 week. Okay. All right, there we go. So you've got us. Oh shit! What are you doing there? And you're giving me. You're giving me the weekly. How are we getting that? Well, just force a habit. I always wick off the lows. Is there a count there? Let's see. I might go from daily down to, or from weekly into daily. I don't know why you're giving me the weekly. Oh, I see what you're doing. All right, I got it. I see it now. All right. So he's doing this. He's going A, B, C. So this is his count. Just trying to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, how do you argue with that? A, B, C. All right, into a, well, we got a new high there. And he's going A, B, looking for, interesting, right? So he's looking for an A, B, C. He's looking for new lows. So it would be this way, W, oh, some sort of a wacky X going in here. Oh, no, pardon me. He's got, this is the X. Oh, shit. You gotta pay attention here. X, Y. Well, it's hard not to see this, right? It just looking, saying, okay, all right, just, doesn't take rocket science to do that. Okay, if we break out of here, okay, so that, for accumulation here, that's pretty reasonable, but we're not out of the wood. We're not there yet. So what you'd want to see here, if I look at this, right, anytime I'm looking like this, I'm never going to do that. Under any circumstances would I ever do that, because that's a hard rule for me. And it's a hard rule for me because I've done it so many times and lost so much money that it became a hard rule. If it's going to break, I don't care if it does that. I do not care, right? It's more important to me that I follow my rules. My rules are that I would take that I'm all over it. I'll be aggressive as fuck there. But never the breakout. Not me. I will let it go. I don't care how far it goes. So let's dig in there, and I'll go to the daily and see if we can make sense of it. So, there's all this down here. Where's it? Looks like this is our lowest low. 1, 2. Looks like that's another low. What can we get it labeled? Looks like 3, 4, 5 still coming. Oh. Kind of like there, like you'd have to double that. Let's try the mid. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. God, it looks like it doesn't overlap. I think we're clean there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Extension in the fifth. I'm fairly certain we're long enough there. Let's double check. Yeah, we are. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Kicker in the fifth of the third. Okay, 4. Now, different scenario. If we retrace here, I'd buy that. Right? See, I don't mind being long going into the pivot. I just don't buy it. That's not where I want to enter. It's just me, right? Again, I'm not saying don't do it. It's one of my rules, so I don't break it. I got a big supply zone here, going to have to get through that, which might be the kind of thing that would get tested from above. Let me get that. Well, it wouldn't hurt to just use a little standard Elliott if that's a good pivot. We come down here for something like this, right? Where's the high probability zone between, again, just probabilities, 23 and 38. Okay, if I can come into that right on the channel, why would you not, right? Well, this is Bitcoin.d, right? So it's a question of, what are you trading here? Is this a proxy for how you're going to trade alts or Bitcoin? I'd say about alts, right? So trade Bitcoin. A lot of, when did we do? Is this COVID? No, that's, no, it's not COVID low, but that pretty long. Right, here's a clear 3. Well, one thing to note here is interesting, right? Remember a 2, or we just talked about this. Do you think there's any question about whether there be liquidity down here? If it can't get there, what creates the 3? Okay, thanks for that one, Razor. What are you doing? A, B, C, D, E. I think that we got a good impulse here. I don't think you need to. I know you're giving me a corrective structure here until this breaks down here and we start going lower here. I think you want to stay with the idea that we're going to stay impulsive here until proven otherwise. Okay. Okay. We got a lot of new people. This is, oh yeah, he gave me something weird here that I can't use. Where'd it go? Nope, that's not it. Give me a second. Okay. Uh-oh. Hang on. Oh God, I hate that. Come on. Don't fuck with. There we go. Okay. No good on a live stream. Here's what he gave me on Apple. So 5 is in. We've gone A, B, C into a B. So A, B, C into a W. Oh, it's mighty skinny here. A, B, C into an X. A triangle B. That's pretty sexy. Into a C here. And now we're going into an X. So I think I have that. I have it over here. Put it next to, no, I didn't. Damn it. Hang on. Put it next to JPMorgan. I know I did that. Over here. Here it is. Apple. All right. Well, just looking at it, where's COVID? Here's COVID low. If I recall, this was a COVID low, right? Golden zone. Simply because they used it. I know they used it, right? So I'm kind of curious. That doesn't really give us much. So is there any question that we're corrective here? Well, it looks like a series of 3s. So he's going, it looks much like the S&P. It's actually a cleaner count. The S&P is a little trickier, which we're going to get to. I think one of you guys gave it to me. So here's the pivot. I'm trying to watch. Bino 479. We lost your webcam. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what that is? Oh, that's my fuck. That's my back. There we go. You know what that is, guys? Thanks. This webcam has AI in it, and so if I move, it follows me. So when I go, I'm glad I spotted that. Thanks, guys. Neon logo on point, though. You're right. Yeah, I got that not too long ago. All right, let me regroup here now that my webcam is on the rest of my office here. All right, we're back to Apple. Well, nothing wrong with this count. That's not a great looking. I'm gonna have to squish that in there too. Now, let's just out of curiosity here. Let's just see. Look at that shit that does not happen randomly. All right, so just looking here, right? So we see a good finish, right? So this is the. Now let's put the whole thing together. If it's 1, 2. Actually, looks like it's 4 or 5. Like that actually looks like what we got here. All right, guys. Your video doesn't show you. It does now. Okay, so I think we got it. I think we're back. Okay, so well, it looks like you got a 5 here. So just the idea, his thinking is spot on, right? So the broader swing structure here, right? You would be inclined to think of it as a 3, even though you got a bunch of chop in there. So leading diag, A, B, straight move down gives us the ABC. Kind of the same here, right? I mean, so it looks like you got it. Well, that's the triangle, right? So this is good work that he put in here. A, B, C, D, E, right? So when you can't figure it out, I just had this conversation with someone who's working on his blue belt, and he was struggling. He's like, sharp double. Oh man, this, that. I'm like, okay, when all else fails and you can't figure it out, what is that? What's the first thing that should pop into your head? Oh, triangle. Okay, so WX A B C to give us a Y, right? Remember, a B can be a triangle. A, B, C into an X, that's pretty clean. I mean, the channeling is, does it get much better than that? So would you not? Oh, let's see. Let's go W from the first X and see. Oh, you gotta love TA. Shit that doesn't happen randomly. All right, so why would you think anything else right here? All right, so look at that. Now, is he going to do that? We don't know. But I mean, could you have bought this? That'd been hard to do. Let's see what's underneath. So always something I'll do right here. So we're at the low. How quickly, right? Look at all the. Oh, that's again high low on a bunch of different time frames. Like they all flip green, right? As the RSI comes out of just tags 32 straight up. I know hindsight trading is always amazingly accurate, but that is, again, this is just, well, what can we deduce from that? Human beings, not that precise, right? So you'd look here and you'd say, is the algo in there? Where's Waldo? What did he do last? Now there's the 50. Now, how do we know it's an algo? Reaction at the target. So look at the combination you get there, right? So that would make that easier to sell, easier to buy, but still you're going to have to buy the first retrace. Makes it hard, right? It's likely you'd take that in an option trade. I don't even have to do it here. There it is. All right, so you're thinking 1, 2, 3. Maybe not. That's the one we've got an overlap, unless you're going to play it as a diag, which actually could be because that looks like a 3. And then from here, you got nothing, right? So then now it's too far, right? You don't get any retrace, which is kind of what the S&P, that's what got me in trouble today. We didn't get a retrace that was far enough, and I chased something. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like the ABC here. I'm getting overlap here, so you're going to have to do it through diags, but it looks like you're finishing. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, diag or not, doesn't matter, right? So the swing structure is a 5. Okay, so how do we put together a trade here on Apple? Well, right, so everybody right off the bat is like, oh shit, how are we going to short Apple? Oh no, it's hard to do, right? But if it was easy, right, we'd all be trading from our yachts. Oh shit, what did I just do there? Oh, I just did something. Can I go backwards? Yeah, I can. Well, there's a couple things to note here that I see right there, right? Remember Al Brooks, right? Who's, again, I didn't discover this, but I can apply it. So here's the channel. We break the channel. The implication is we're going to go take out that high. So now we do it again. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3 into an X. So I have so it's kind of back to where we started, which I'm saying it almost doesn't matter what happens here. What happens, right? As I've said, there's a great story of a guy who would flip a coin. I don't remember the story well enough, so I can't try it. Okay, if you're selling it right here, this is So you've got to wrap your head around this. Okay, if I'm going for a 3 there, what am I trying to get? 5 to 1. All right, and that's just assuming I'm only going for the third. I'm not going for the full fifth. If you and you don't have to put the pivot there. You put it on the other side of 786. Now I got 9 to 1. There should be a relaxation of your fucking sphincter when you set up a trade like that. Like, okay, I don't have to sweat this. Okay, so if I get stopped out, fuck, it's just another trade. I get stopped out. So what? Next trade. As opposed to, oh my God, if this one will go. If this one will go, everything's going to be fine. You never want to be to where you need a trade. From many years of needing a trade to work, I can almost guarantee you that trade will not work. The one that you need is not the one you'll get. It's the one that you're relaxed about, that you just go with the flow. The setup is good. I'm comfortable here. That's the one that you'll get because you didn't stress it. You're not going to do something like this. Get here. Oh shit. First target. Okay. I made 3 to 1, right? Because the potential here, that's a little bit of your own psyche. The question is, what's going to upset you more, right? Now for me, again, it just comes from doing this a lot. And then you have to, there's no right answer here. You have to know yourself. If I take profit here and it goes here, that's much more painful to me than to have let the setup get away. Come here. To let the setup get away. I mean, there was 16 to 1, even if you took it here, right? That's 8, almost 9 to 1. You got to decide if it gets here. Now, maybe you take a partial, right? Maybe you got enough size here. Well, okay, well, shit, I don't know. It looks like there's structure here. I could pull that over. Maybe you can talk yourself into, I don't know. It is Apple, right? Maybe you take a portion right here. Okay, let's bank a little bit. Nothing wrong with banking a little bit. Unless you take the whole thing off, you set that all up. You did all of this beautiful work that he did. How do I say that? Carez, that he did to set this up. I got WXY. Look, it's fucking perfect. The channeling is good. It's all good. It's all great. Okay, I'm in right now. You're not gonna the kids' tuition money here, but you're gonna put, okay, based on my account size, what's a reasonable risk reward here? How much can I risk? And if it does this and you get stopped out, you got to be willing to go again. When do you not go again? When it does that, right? Now it's, okay, can't be. That's not the high. Could it still be an X? Well, it's you're pushing a little bit right here because you wouldn't want it to take out that other X, right? You prefer right now, again, Elliott's not perfect. It's not like no X has ever gone higher than the first X. But if you're applying traditional rule set, you're like, oh shit, I don't want that X to go up there. So you might have to rethink this. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you stay below that X and now it comes down. Now you got to start the whole process over again. But it can't be, I'm stopped out. I better go look for something else. Better get on YouTube. And I saw some guy making millions every day with his little combination of me. God, I get them in my feed all the time. Make $5,000 by breakfast. Follow with these 3 indicators applied. I'd like to think no one watching here falls for that, right? I mean, it's such. Right? If it was that easy, right, wouldn't we all just be? It's obscenely rich, right? If trading was easy, I'd be first to tell you, this is the hardest way to make money. The hardest. I don't care what. This is number 1 most difficult way to make money. So why do we do it? So you got to ask yourself that, right? You have to enjoy the process. If getting stopped out all the time just ruins your day, you should not be doing this. If this is too emotionally draining for you to get stopped out repeatedly, if you can't handle being wrong more than you're right, which many particularly successful business people can't handle it. They're used to being always right or right the vast majority of the time. If you can't make peace with that, trading is not for you. I promise you, again, I've seen, oh my God, over all the years I've been doing this, between being a broker, trading, knowing traders, and 5 years of trade devils, if you can't get comfortable with the idea of being wrong when you're right, this is the wrong place for you to be. Let somebody else do it for you. 1, 2. If you're wrong, you're stopped out. Thank your stop for doing its job. Thank yourself for being disciplined to not risk too much. Say, but I traded that right. Okay, next trade. It's as simple as that, right? And then there's a whole just cathartic release of like, oh God, okay, it's just another trade. Okay, I'm risking X amount of dollars. I can afford it. If I'm wrong, it's not going to ruin my day. That is what must be permeating your mind is if you're going to trade over time. If you're going to do this for years, you better make peace with, and you better know yourself in terms of what works for you. Good God, here I'm on a rant on number 2. Okay. Oh, I love this guy. This is Steers, long time listener, first time caller. Oh God, it sounds like Howard. Okay, Stirs, a new member. I always like to see new members. Well, we got a bunch of new members in here. Okay, so Stirs, what are you giving me here? Copy link. Let's go here. I know that's harsh on the eyes when you go to a white background. Okay. Oh, I got, what's he giving me? He's giving me, oh, fuck, I can't see it. Oh, are you giving me, is this wrapped Ripple against ETH? Jesus. What are we doing here? I like the look of the chart. I'm not sure if I can get to the chart this way. Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay, wrapped. There's, okay. All right, now that I know what I'm looking at. Okay, so we got Rocket Pool Protocol, which I have never heard of. Doesn't matter. Against wrapped Ether. And what did he give me? He gave me, it's like a daily. Is it here? He gave me, Jesus, what are you giving me here? Is it, I can't see what it is. I can't see it. I can't tell what I hear. We'll get there. I'm assuming he gave me a daily. Okay, well, just right off the bat, if I'm bringing this up, first thing I'm going to check for is, okay, I got a little overlap here. So I can't go 3, but I've got a nice looking impulse here. What did he give me? We're going to go 1, 2. And we're going back 1, 2. He's going up into 3. So we're going to go over here. So I think what he's doing is giving me this. Right? So, well, let's label the whole thing, right? So might as well do it, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 3, 4, 5 still to go. So let's do this, 2, 3. Let's hoping for 4. Let's get that down here. All right, so here we can do it this way. All right, watching there. Now he's given me a nice looking, nice looking set of median lines here. Okay. That's not going to work. Whew, that's nicely framed. But it looks like he wants to, look at that, it's beautiful. That's this one. So once we've got that one, once that one is hit, let's go to this one. You guys see what we just teed up here? I know, it's like after the fact, it's like, oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I hear you talk about those golden corner pockets, but they don't really happen in the real world, do they? I mean, just because you've shown it 20 or 30,000 times, it's not going to be there on the chart that I'm trading. No, never would never be there. I can't make that up. I made the name up. I know I've got a spot in trading history now because I see people using it. Golden corner. Somebody was calling it the golden pocket or something like that. So he took golden corner pocket and golden zone, and now he's calling it the golden pocket. So be it. Okay, so 1, 2, golden, it's just golden corner pocket, right? That's original. That's a Trade Devil's original because I pulled it out of my ass, right? So I know it was never used before, right? I play a lot of pool. For some reason, I saw a corner pocket there. Okay, there's a 3, 1, 2, 3 down for the 4. Does it look like we're done? Well, you sure would hope so. Okay, so golden corner is in. Now, again, just standard Elliott. Okay. That's deeper than you'd like. It's deeper than you'd like for the 4 because see it's a little bit of a mixed message here where the Elliott confuses. So you look here and you go, oh well, there's an algo here, so why does it matter? Well, when you're applying the Elliott here, the deeper the 4 goes relative to the length of the 3, the more likely you are to double top, get a truncation. That's why you want in a good trend here. I mean, you might. To think of it, right? You'd probably have to consider this because that's gone so far. Well, let's rethink that. So this is what he gave me here. 1, 2, unlabeled. Well, he's going for 3, right? So he's not labeled that. Well, that's what makes it trickier. Well, wait a second, right? Do I need to put the 3 here? It looks like not. Looks like it would be clean as it is. All right, so it looks like you'd go 1, 2, some sort of abortion there. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't say that. Let's put it that way. How are we doing? We're doing on time. Oof. Slow today. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and just right, always good to just okay. How far did it go? Well, where's the highest probability zone for a wave 3? Right between the 1618 and 175. So not only do we get a golden corner, God damn, is this good TA? Not only do we get a golden corner, we get a perfect wave 3. Subdivision's good, but that's kind of ugly on the way down. Well, what would your first thought be? Well, it looks like you could go A, triangle B. So it looks like you could go A, B. Ugh. Well, you made a good start, but that doesn't look so great there. I'm assuming you guys see what I'm going with here. A, B. Yeah. Well, it didn't like the price action here. Well, so for me, this would be I'd be waiting here. This kind of puts it into. Maybe you're not done here, but you want it to be done. You don't want this coming down here, this deep leak, because the odds of getting that big fifth diminish. I mean, could you do it here? Kinda. With that kind of price action here, I'd be uncomfy there. So I'd be waiting for. Okay, do we overlap this? Okay, if we do, maybe we got to rethink the count. It's really, sometimes you just simplifying is the better thing to do. Okay, I'm in a consolidation here. Okay, I'm on the lows here. If that's going to break through, okay, well maybe I'm not in love with this. And what I'd be looking for is just like the algo would. Okay, if it breaks here, okay, before I'm going to consider it, I might take it there. I might take it here. But why fuck around in there? If it's not clear. Now, it could be that he's already in it, right? So because I asked these guys, I asked members for charts, for assets that they're interested in. It doesn't matter if they're long, short, in, out, or just something that they're interested in. So I can see how they're applying what we're teaching. That's the point of all this. And for those of you that are watching, perhaps you pick up a little nugget. Perhaps you pick up a trade idea. Right? I mean, that's half the battle. Jesus Christ, there's so many things to trade. How do you find one? How do you pick one? How do you know what to trade? So there has to be a process of, okay, I like this. You start, I've got watch lists here. This is all the stuff that I'm watching. So that, you want to have, okay, so if someone says, oh shit, what do you like right now? You're like, well, I had 15 assets here that I like. Not opposed to, oh, fuck, I don't know. I was kind of waiting for you to tell me what I like. Well, Okay, you can put a little more effort into it than that. But if I bring up this chart here and I'm looking at it like I am now, it's like, okay, it was very good technically here until I got right here. Though you probably wouldn't hurt to get some volume profile on here. Okay, well here, here's where the POC is way down here. This would be a hurry up and wait because, it had made a great initial push, like, oh God, we got it, 1, 2. No, could it be? Yeah, it could be. Fuck, right? A, B, fuck. A, B, C, maybe, but that's not, I wouldn't trade that. On the lows, another bet. Like, do you want to buy it when it's closing on the low? Probably not. So good choice, right? Interesting. I've never looked at that pair. I don't see anything else in there. I think that's a hurry up and wait. But perhaps that makes a watch list of things that you're eyeballing. Okay, hang on. Then don't go to the restroom. AI is watching you. You know what? That I did think that, John Howard, because my bathroom is right off to my right. Okay, thank you, Stirs, longtime listener, first time caller. I love that. Okay, another relatively new one, Jojo. Oh, is this a female? It might be. We don't have a lot of females. Every now and then I get a little too crude for mixed company. Okay, come on. So it's good to be reminded. I can't tell. The avatar looks like it's female. Okay, come on. Oot. Hey, James M. Hey, how's it going, man? James M, a master trader. Maybe he'll give us an ETH count. Oh, come on. What's going on here? Leave? Yes, I want to leave. Okay, so here, this is, let me copy link. This looks like good work. I always like to see something a little unusual. So this AVAX to dollar tether, I actually have this up. I'm watching this as well. Okay, I want yours, Jojo. Fuck, where'd that go? Oh, shit. Why am I not getting that copy link? Bear with me, guys. Okay, it's not letting me go here and get a live chart. Shit. So if I launch it, it'll launch my. Okay, so we can look at it here. So he's obviously put some work into identifying. I can't tell if these are supply demand zones, order blocks, or what they are, but obviously it's areas where the market has been responsive. So he's working with those levels. Look here, it's pretty damn good. Hard not to like what you see here. It looks like a pretty good 5 followed by a 3. Now that's not the greatest start here, right? So question mark, exactly right. So let's go over here and see, since he gave me a picture, no fuck. Well, you know what? That I don't know why, but I just noticed that the other day. I can't go to log scale on some of these. I don't know why. Why I can't go log scale. Okay, well they'll have to just improvise here. I wonder why I can't go log scale. I go 8. Well, let me do it. No, it's not gonna do it. Okay, so what did you give me here? You gave me a daily. The daily. All right, let's go back to the daily. It's weird. All of a sudden I've lost my log option. Some people never look in log scale. It makes it really tough. Okay, well, just looking at this, it would seem like that's pretty much like right out of an Elliott Wave correction playbook. Okay, there's a WX. Why? This 3 followed by this 3. Ray Charles could see that, right? So, okay, A, B, so much of a B. I often find myself just wanting to do this. Okay, well, if I was interested in accumulating, where would I do it? Seriously, and not to be glib about it, or the fact that he's done that work. Do you need to put a wave count on that? Really? I mean, so you'd want to know what is the value that AVAX is providing, right? You'd want to have some clue before you just go, well, fuck it, if it's that low, it must be good. It must be an opportunity. To rephrase that, it must be an opportunity to be a buyer, because look how far it went in the past. Well, okay, I would want to know what value AVAX is providing to the world. Okay, once I know that, can I trade it? Okay, well, let's go to a 4-hour here, see if I can make some sense of this. All right, let me get out of there. Okay, so this is kind of what you want to see. Like, is this when the Elliott is useful, right? It's like you can't. How do you not think ABC there? What you're like? Oh well, fine, I don't use Elliott, so I just call it something else. Dude, come on, don't be stupid. Right. I mean, okay, so you may not apply Elliott Wave rule set guidelines, whatever, but we can all agree that's corrective. Or another way to look at it, right? It's just, okay, how do we define what we're looking at? Okay, I got to swing low, I got to swing high. That's an internal correction. It's internal to that swing. Okay, well, if you're a bull, you're hoping it goes external. That's how I was taught. Right? Internal, external, internal, external. So here's a swing. This is internal to this swing. It goes external, but stays internal to this swing. Internal, external. This is internal to this swing. We've gone external. That's how I was taught. Right? And then Elliott Wave fits in that. Okay. So what would be the first thing you'd look at here? Okay, we're too deep, right? So, fuck, I wonder if log wouldn't matter, right? So that's a break. So, as I was saying earlier in the day, they don't the institutions, right? Called whales, call them what you will, right? They don't sell here. What is it they do? They wait for the next one. I swear to God, I did not know that was there. I swear to you. They wait for the next one. And the next one. There's a break, although it's wick only, right? You want to see it close below before you know that they're out. That's wick only. Wick only. Looks like they used it twice. That's a little bit, okay, is that hindsight trading here? Maybe, right? But this definitely not. Okay, ABC, right? So, well, all right. Does this kill the idea that we might have a 1-2 here? Absolutely not. Right? What am I looking for? I'm looking for something big here. Okay, I don't have a golden, but do I have a corner pocket? Can I use some geometry here? Why would you? Okay, all right. So if I could put that corner in, right? This is why it's a corner pocket. As long as this pivot holds, which is the caveat, right? As long as that pivot holds, I have 80% odds of getting to that median line. Why would you not frame it like that? Why would you not use a tool like that? Stubborn or stupid? You pick. You've been exposed to it. I've probably shown it, 10, 20,000 times. Why would you not use it? Well, I'm a price action trader, right? I don't use that stuff. That's just stupid. Right? That's just stupid. That's to the tick, right? We're going to get that target. I don't use that measured move stuff. Right. Did you see how it's just over and over again? That's to the tick. That's to the tick. Right? I bet we go again, right? Here's a series. I have no idea this was here. There it is again. No idea. It doesn't matter, right? I know it's going to be there because it's in every market at every time frame. Always, always, always. If you're not looking for it, you're being stupid. If someone's shown it to you to not use it, I swear to God, it's here again. You see it? You're just being stupidly stubborn. I promise you I did not. I'm just looking at it. Okay. Oh, they stopped out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Do you think they care? Do you think they care that they got stopped out here? No, they don't care. We would care. But how do we recover? Right? Can you take all those? Can you? See, I know, after the fact. It's easy after the fact. Everything in trading is easy after the fact. Everything. Oh, well, because we go, oh, yeah, of course I would have taken that. Oh, it's above the Gotti you made or the Vegas wave. Oh, yeah, of course I would take that, right? Oh, yeah, I would have seen that and taken it. Different story when it's right there. But, okay, so back to, and I'll just, if you're taking that and you have that target there, where your stop's not down here, where's your stop, right? So it has to be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll take that because what's the impact? Is that going to ruin my day if I get stopped out there? No. If I do something stupid and I do this, that could ruin my day, right? Do you want to be stubborn or do you want to be stupid or do you want to make money? I know we all want to make money. We all want to make money, right? So why do we do so many stupid things, right? Because we'll go to much greater lengths to avoid pain than we will pleasure, much greater. So why do we move the stop? Because we don't want the pain of getting stopped out. But isn't that going to be worse? Isn't that going to make it worse if you do get stopped out? Absolutely, right? But it doesn't change the instinct to avoid the pain, right? The instinct is to avoid the pain. I don't want to get stopped out. I know that thing's going up. So you take the loser here and you're like, oh, well, fuck, all right, I guess I better wait. And then you don't take the next one. And that's the one, you see. See, that's the mistake, not taking the next one. That's the one that'll go because you made the mistake, right? The market has an unbelievable capacity to punish mistakes. The mistake is not taking the next one. Well, what if I get stopped out 2 times in a row? Right? If it sets up again, it shouldn't be, you should have the resources. You could take 5, 6, 7 in a row. As long as you're not risking a substantial amount of your account to take the trade, you take every one of them. Remember the JPMorgan trade that we looked at, right? How many was that in a row? Oh, shit, I can't find it. How many in a row was that? 5, 6 in a row? Uh-oh, I can't find it. 6, 7 in a row. Right. Well, they don't have to. There's no guy who has to go, shit, I don't know, maybe I better take that. Right. That's the advantage of software. All right. I better keep going. Thanks, Jojo, for that one. I don't know if I helped you there, but hopefully I gave you a few things to think about because is there any Elliott Wave applied here? No. Do we need it? No. Would it help? Perhaps. It's not essential. Only use it if you get value from it. Otherwise, what else do I have here? Well, I've got geometry. I've got the measured move algo. I've got my fib swings. I've got momentum. I've got shit underneath, right? I mean, it's not like you have to, oh my God, I can't tell. Is that a 1, 2, 3 or what shit? What? I can't tell what it is. I guess I can't trade it. No, that's not what I'm saying. Remember, it's Elliott Wave last, not first. Oh, where's the algo? Is there geometry? Oh, now could the Elliott Wave help me here? Can I do it? If not this, then that. Right? That's where it helps. CN Salazar, one of my favorite members, always solid, always gives me content whenever I ask. Just a great member. What do we got, CN? Let's see what I got here. I guess I want to leave. What are you giving me? You're giving me JEPI? What the fuck? Oh, JPMorgan. Oh, shit. We got 2 JPMorgans? What are the odds of that? Well, this will be interesting. He's giving it to me. Oh, this is a different. I'm sorry. This is their equity premium income ETF. So JEPI. Oh shit, we're seeing it. Okay, well, sure. I don't have to do much work with CN Salazar. He knows what's going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, nice little ending diag. All right, that works. 1, 2, 3, 4 overlap. So it's a series of 3. Oh shit, I gotta get rid of that. Oh fuck, it doesn't let me do it. I know that's annoying because I talk with my hands. Maybe I'll leave my hands off the mouse. Okay, so we're coming off of the low WXYX. Sorry, guys, allergies. All right, well, CN Salazar, I know you see the problem there. I know you do. I don't know if you're watching. But he'll watch eventually, right? So if this were WXY, right, we'd have 3 into the Z. We can't finish the Z here because, right, it would need an A, B, C. Now we could. Oh shit! Can I move it here? Fuck here. Let's come over here. Let's see if I can do it. I know he knows this. That's just a brain fart. This is what happened there, right? So we can't. Remember, it's ABC, ABC. You did it here, A, B, C, right? Then you did A, B, C here. Now you only have an A here. So we can't finish it there. So how could we do that? Taking a peek at the market all the way, damn near all the way back. Trend line retest, I like this. Volume, yeah. Looks like it's too far to be technical. Let's check. Yeah, 1786, although that is wick only. But an ETF, well, what are we going to do with that? ABCX. Oh, that's a little funky, right? Can we get it done? You'd have to do it where you have a zigzag here, CN. So this is like the S&P, right? We have a zigzag here, so we have to account for that. So if this is an ABC, you'd have to get your W. Oh fuck, ABC. Well, it doesn't really play great ball, does it? Looks like you got a 5 there. ABC, A, B, C into the X, force fit, could be. Second X is a flat. Is PK? Is that you thinking, where are you, PK? This, oh, see, I think this is what you're thinking here. This would be, there's a good 5 right there. Expanded B into the X. It's an old, CN sounds. You know what? You did post that it was an old count, just something to work with. Well, you gave me something to work with. I didn't mean to shame you there at all. But I just know you would know better than that. That we couldn't finish the Z here, right? We'd have to do it over here. So this works. So that's a 3. That's a 3. Now I need a 3 here. So you'd have to put the X here. So A, B, C. This, yeah, don't love it. A, B, C. So you'd have to do it this way. So you'd actually would not have a second X, right? So you'd be finished here. The A, B, C would be finished here. So this would be your corrective low. Well, shit, is it corrective? It's not corrective, right? Well, I guess it. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Okay, 1, 2. All right, so this looks like 1, 2. Ooh. Okay, so let's get this going here. Why there? Oh, I see what he's doing. He's coming back from the other direction. Would be a break that coming that way. So do you see what would have to happen here? This is tricky. Come here. So from this, you're going to have to break. Well, maybe you'd hit it here. You'd have to break the golden zone to get to the median line where he's looking for it. This would put you all the way up here. Now, remember, I say 80%. That's, per Andrew's work, right? 80. It's 80. Well, number one, 80% is not 100%, right? So you can't go, oh fuck, I'm in a golden corner. Shit, I know it's going to get there, right? Bet the ranch. 80% is not 100%, right? So, and plus, it could get here 2 years from now, right? It's 80% that it gets there. Caveat: as long as this pivot holds, right? If we roll over, right, all bets are off. Because you could make the case right here that you'd have just another one here. You say, well, hey, wait a minute, man, isn't that 80% odds? Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Well, how can I have 2 80s? One side's going to be wrong. Failure to make, right? Trading principle number 4. Failure to make the median line sets up a move equal to or greater than the swing that failed to get there. So if we go right up to it and we just don't make it, anticipate that you're going to at least go down and challenge that low. So you could have this, right? Which is very, very possible. Okay, JPMorgan Equity Premium Income Fund. I mean, maybe for option trade. I don't know if I would assume there's options traded on that. But this ABC here is good. See it? Into a good looking 2. All right, now what's the anticipation? Big 3. if we're going to go. You could, if you're going to get the full Monty out of it. I better rephrase that. If you're going to get the full kick there, 3, 4, 5, right? This would be your high probability target, which would be taking out that high. Oh, Jesus Christ. So sloppy with that thing. Can we break that and get up there and get that third? Well, let's just say, okay, so here's where BLH should be a useful tool, right? It should be an assist. Do I know it's going to do that? Of course not. I have the ingredients for it, right? So at the very least, I could bake a cake here. I don't know that it's going to get here, but I have all the ingredients. Okay, well, if it's going to do this, it's not likely to do it in a straight line. Okay, well, maybe I hit my head here at this structure here. Oh, okay, 1, 2. Is it going to do it in a straight line? Probably not. 3, 4, 5. Of all the places you might trade it, where is the one you want? Right there. That's what you want to focus on, not trying to get I was trying to get the C of, you would potentially have a little 3 in here. Oh, fuck, you could have a triangle, something like that. Now, when we're doing this, don't get focused. Don't think, oh shit, I'm gonna get the C of that 4. Okay, right? I mean, something small. I don't know why you would be doing that, right? If you're in a raging rip like this. But my point here is the meat of it. You don't have to get the turn. You don't have to get the top. You want the meat of it. If I can get that, I'm going to be just fine. Now, I got to be able to get in here without risking something that's too big, right? So I could do something like that. There's 9 to 1. Let's assume you're just going to get the meat of it. Well, there's 7 to 1, 7.8 to 1. I did not get the pivot turn. I did not get the top. I got the meaty middle. That's what I'm after. And you could do the same thing here. Or if I get the 4, I'm going to get a 1, 2, right? Now I don't know that I'm going to get a perfect impulse here, but I can get the 3 of the 5. I can get that meat right there. That one I want. I don't have to get the pivot turn. I want the chunk of it. If you focus on those and let the corrections come, right? Let the corrections pass you by. You don't have to get every pivot. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way because when I first started, I wanted every fucking swing. I wanted I'm going to get the A, I'm going to get the B, and I'm going to get the C, and then I'm going to get the 5. That's a fool's errand. There's no reason to do that. Right? But when you're new, you think, oh shit, fuck, I see it. Oh, there's the 1, there's the 2, there's the 1, there's the 2 of the B, of the 3, of the 4. And you go after everything and you drive yourself nuts, right? You just focus on the bigger, the meaty swings. And when you're in something like this, again, it's kind of what I was saying before. When you get here, don't say, oh fuck, double top. Oh shit, I better take it. Right? Oh, double. I'm going to double here. I don't want to get double topped here. He told me to. See, this would be the worst place to enter the market. No, we don't want to enter here because you're vulnerable to that. You want to enter, you want to be long going into it, right? That way, if you get there and it stalls, well, okay, you're playing with house money. If it breaks and goes, you're like, oh shit, I had a fairly good idea that was going to be the 3. But see, this is what retail, well, I shouldn't say retail. This is what new traders do. Oh, well, I'll just wait for the breakout. Well, look what you just did to your risk reward if you're doing that, right? So where's your stop, right? You're gonna use the market, or you're gonna use a random number. Where does the market prove you wrong? Right here, right? Oh, it's not a 2. Well, right, fuck, maybe we're going back down. It's not a 2. So why would you wait here? Why would you buy it here? But that's what most people do. Oh, wait for the breakout. Well, let it break out and show you. No. That's not what I teach. It's not how I trade. So I'm not going to teach you something I wouldn't do. I would never buy that. I want to buy it down here because look at, even if I just do this, well, at least I got more than 2 to 1. I damn near got 3 to 1. I go right to it. There's 3 1/4 to 1. So at least if I do this, right, that little loser down there, not going to ruin my day. just another trade. Every trade in your mind should be just another trade. What the fuck? It's just another trade. And then over time, the accumulation, because as I said, you're going to get stopped out way more than not. So the time, right, when you get this little one, so maybe it rolls over and you're like, oh, fuck, I only made 1-to-1 on my money. Well, number one, you made money. You didn't take a loser. Oh, it didn't go. Well, fuck. Here's what you don't do. Well, that Elliott Wave crap doesn't work. A lot of people do. The student, that's a good hand. That's a good handle right there. The student. Oh, he's giving me this. I got to say, I kind of like this. Giving me an alt on the, oh shit. Can I do this? I think we got to get it. I don't think I can do that. If I launch it, it's going to give mine. I don't. So, but this is a very well done count. The student. He's a student doing some good work here. So, fuck. I got to find it. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. So here's what he's. Oh fuck. Hang on. Oh shit. No, I lost it. Here. Okay. So this is a bitch of a count because the Elliott is elusive. It's like what the right. This little pump is a little bit like, oh wait, oh is that because it sure looks like a 3. So you're thinking some sort of a B. I get a 5 that comes down. It's tricky count. So I'm only going over here, the student, because I can't work with your chart. Not that I don't respect the work you put into it. I can't work with it. So this I've done a couple of Friday vids trying to get a handle on what the hell we have here, right? So not to repeat myself, but see your eye looks at this. I mean, it's pretty easy to look at that and think 5. Swing structure is a 5. Oh, this must be some sort of a 3, and we're going down. But right, so this is where purists are going to say, I told you, all right, that's why you got to be purist. We'll see. Well, the reason it can't be a 5, and I talked about this on Friday's vid for any that saw that, is because if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th is not longer than the 3rd. So it's not a leading diag, right? So purists will not call it a leading diag. And there's a few little spots in here where you got to do a little bit of an Elliott shuffle. But I think what the key is, there's a zigzag right here. That 5 is pretty clean. There's a little, you got to do a little bit of you got to expand the B here so that the 4 doesn't overlap. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this 5 is solid. So there's a zigzag right in there. Well, how do I work with that? Well, is that a 5? Or is this a WXY? All right, it overlaps. There is a leading diag here. Well, pardon me. Hang on. I may be wrong. No, there's not, right? So it's because this one, you get the same problem here. The 5th is not longer than the 3rd. So technically, you can't call this a leading diag. Although I'm not that much a purist that I wouldn't lean into that. We're that short, but I know my team, who are better Elliottians than I am, would be scolding me for that. So if you can't call it a leading diag because it doesn't qualify per Elliott rules, what are we going to do with it? I mean, it kind of leaves you like, well, fuck. Well, what else do I have here? WX doesn't quite work. So you want to go ABC, but you can't call this the A, right? Fuck, I need PK on this. I guess you can do it this way. So let's get all this off here. So we can do it WX, X, Z. So that would be the bull count. We'd have to do it this way. Oh, fuck. Here, I need this one. Because this is a 3. There's a 3. A, B, C. A, B, C. So we'd have to go W, X, Y, X, Z. Yes, I love that, right? So I look at that, and I see that we got a few problems here. Well, second X is higher than the first X, right? If this is not an ABC, or pardon me, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Deal breaker? How much a purist are you? Excuse me. Damn it. Getting killed with allergies this week. Okay, so well, at least I can use my zigzag here. But now what do I have here? You kind of left like you because this starts to look like, oh, maybe I got some sort of a triangle here. A, B, C, D, E, which is what the student was giving me. Is it over? Oh, fuck. Here, right? So he's putting the W in here. He's going to go A, B, C, D, E with invalidation right there, right? So invalidation is pretty close because that would be that's 4208. All right, let's get back here. What to do with this? I like that. I like the thinking here, but he's changing that. So he's going his X is here. So let's get that off of here. So he's going to go A, B, C, X, A, B. So that's how he's doing it. So he's getting there this way. W, X, pardon me, X. Let's go up a degree. No. So he's getting there through A, B, C, D, E. That's what he's trying to get done there. So you're kind of still, you're what do you do here? So the 5 here is you want to go A, B, C, right? I guess you can do it that way. So you'd have to do it this way. I can't say I love that, right? So the market is forcing you to compromise all over the place. But that often happens, right? A, B, little force fit. Okay, maybe a little force fitty, right? But this feels like, okay, as long as we don't blow up here, and maybe we will, it remains to be seen. Markets all over the place today. Okay, well, sort of in that same line of thinking here. Your anticipation would be we might come up a little bit further for that 5. Now we're going to do that this week. Oh, shit, we could. Let's just take a look here. Right, where's Waldo? Right, first question always, where's Waldo? Right, there's 50 to the tick. There's a target. Now, if I go up here and get that X, I'm kind of blowing out the triangle. It works until we get too far here. So here's the strong high. Right, even if you're just using market structure. So green, green, green. Nah. So, see, I think that's a little bit of hurry up and wait. Probably good option plays here because the volatility will have increased today. So with the market going up here for this potential to come down here, something like that for the Y, if it's going to be WXY. Okay, so kind of back. Let's see what happens up here. Where's an order block? Oh shit! I'll use the whole thing. All right, supply. Right, money had to be committed here to drive it down. We come back up here, unfilled orders, bears defending, easily could be, but let's see. I'd put an alert up here, so if it takes that out, you got to rethink it. But you'd be anticipating if did I say if this is going to be an A, B, C, something like that. Here we go, a little bit bigger here, something like this for a Y, right? We're going A, B, C. For this to play good Elliott ball, if it's going to do something along these lines, you don't have to get this. You don't have to get this. What I was trying to suggest before is get that one. And you don't have to get the turn. Get the bulk of it, right? So it sets up here. If this is the X, we know, right? Again, this is where the Elliott is beneficial. If it's going to play this count, which we don't know, of course we don't know, But if it's going to do this, I mean, there's a pretty decent move there. So if this is going to be an A, well, it's going to have a 1, 2, or an AB. It's going to have something, right, to subdivide. Maybe it's a 5, maybe it's a 3. But your first thought would be, oh, I'm going to get a 5 of some sort. So same thinking. Do I need to get the turn? No, you don't need to get the turn. I don't need to get that turn. If it's I don't know what it's going to look like, but if I can get, let's just assume something traditional. This is the bit of it that I'm after right here. You make plenty of money right here. And you're not saying, yeah, it looks great on Twitter. Oh shit, look, I picked the turn, right? Who fucking cares, right? The only thing that matters is, are you profitable? You could be wrong 99 out of 100 times. And if you're profitable, congratulations. It's going to be one hell of a trade if you can do that. But that's where you want to focus on. Not, oh, do I sell it? Should I sell it now? Right? At the very least, I mean, the market's going up. Why not wait for a lower high? Just something to say, okay, my odds just got a little bit better. Now, of course, it could do that. Of course. But at least right here, I'm like, oh shit, okay, well, that looks like that 5 completed up here. I've got a pattern here. I recognize I'm right into supply. Maybe there's a trade here. Well, but I'm not going to try and pick the turn. I'm going to wait until I get the first retrace, because I know that if it pivots up here, do you think there's any stops up there? Maybe a few, like there were a few over here and a few over here. That's what those lines are. Those are trapped traders. Right, that's what I'm looking for always. Where do they have to cover? Right. So when you're day trading, when I'm day trading, that's what I'm looking for. Who's in trouble? Right here, these guys are short. Where do they get in trouble? Oh, they got to cover. Right. That's fuel to take that higher. Right. So when you're on a 1 minute, 5 minute, 2,000 tick, something like that, those moves are meaty, right? That's good money. So this trade right here, because I know that if there's a pivot up there, I guarantee you there's an effort to go get the liquidity. Guarantee you, right? That is like a rule of trading. If there's a pivot up there, just like right here, they're going to go grab that if they can. Just like they tried to here they couldn't get it. Oh, down we go. Right here, oh, it's going to go down. It's going to go down. Oh, they got to cover. Right, that's what you're looking for. Where are people off sides? Oh, shit. Oh, it'll go back up. It'll go back up. Oh, I know it's going to go up there. And here's the other thing that often will happen. If they were wrong, they'll get out here just because, oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't lose any money. Okay, I'm even there. And then it'll go, right? And then that's almost worse, right? Because now you're right and you're not in it. You got to take some risk. That's what I'd wait for. Now you look and say, well, what if it's done right now? And now it goes over. Oh, okay. Same setup. Do I know it's not going to do that? Of course not. That's not the point. What's the point? The point of all of this. This is the point. But if I get that, I've got 4.8 to 1. That's the point of it all. As opposed to, well, God, I hope it goes, man. I might get my 1.3 to 1. But boy, look, even if it goes up here, I'm not going to get stopped out. Look how smart I am. Just a matter of time before your account is in need of a reload. Doing that. Do this, you're going to relax. You're going to watch it. You're going to check it. You want to know if you've got a trade on that you know is not right, or that you're uncomfortable with, or you put on too much size. How many times a day are you checking it? If it's more than 5, you've got too much size on. Really, I mean, you may keep an eye on it, but if you're checking it every 10 minutes, you're over your skis. All right, let me keep going here. Koki. What do we call Senpais? Koki stepping in here. Koki, who did our entire website on his own, has become indispensable to me. He's getting a little sexy over here. So he's got, we got 1 inch to the tether. What are you doing over here? This is, he's recreating some of our ninja tools over here. So let me copy this. S&P going towards the highs. Okay, 1 inch. 1 inch was very hot for a while. All right, Koki, let me open that up. Koki, who came to me as a student, and just he and I started talking and realized that he had the skill set to redo our website, which he did. He did the entire thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so what do we see here? So the idea being that something finishes here. It's actually kind of a shitty finish. Well, how are you going to get that done? Does it matter, right? So the question is, does it matter? Because this just is, as you look at it, right? Broad strokes looks like a 3, right? So you're thinking, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, it looks like maybe in that last push, I've got maybe I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not a great finish. Maybe it's a WXY. Well, so because of that, no, we're not overlapping. So you're looking for 5 here. So you might look at that and think, okay, well, if I'm going to take this trade and I'm wrong, right? I know to come back here and reconsider this. Maybe it's not a 5. Well, let's go to an 8. Take a closer look at that. Ugh. Well, sometimes you just got to go with what the market gives you, Koki. That's not particularly great. A, B, that's good call there. Sharp double? It might be a sharp double, right? So it doesn't matter. If that's what I would do. So I would be working backwards. So if this is a 3, right? So this would be A, B, C. So this would be an X. Then you'd have to have A, B, C, X, A, B, C. Right, that's how I would look at this, probably a sharp double rather than an impulse, because the impulses don't look particularly good. So maybe you're over to a sharp double and you're just relabeling here. It almost doesn't matter, right? So what matters? Okay, I've got a candidate here for a pivot. Okay, let's however you got there, you got a pivot here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess you'd have to go with extension there. 3, 4, 5. Right. So 1, 2, 3. I see it. Right. So let's label it. It's always good to do this, right? Challenge yourself. Can you do it? Because it's easy to go, oh, fuck it. All right, 3, 4, 5. Right. It's easy to do that, right? So when you're learning, you say, wait a minute, how does that work? How could that work? Oh, wait a second. 1, 2. Oh, I got to put an extension in the third. I see it. Okay, 4, 5. Because listen, if you're in our belt system, that's the kind of thing we're going to challenge you with. We're going to say, label that. All right, because your eye goes, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, they can't, right? Can't be, right? So what? And then you got to think. Right? There is thinking involved in trading. Not to be glib about it, but right, it's not like this shouldn't be so drop dead simple. Fuck, there's a line there, I buy it. Okay, straight down here. Oh, so there's a sharp double. Well, so he knows how to do it, right? I know that. WXY, right? Sharp double. ABC, X. Ooh, that's not much of an X. ABC, right? Well, you're kind of left with it. I mean, it's a waterfall, right? It's a free fall. Sharp double makes sense. I think that's what you have over here. Okay, so now it's getting a little funky. Okay, first question always. Where's Waldo? Was he here? Is he here? Let's look here. Didn't get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got a good impulse off the low. Well, there's probably an alternate in here. If I go swing low, right? Remember, the algo doesn't care about your Elliott count, right? It's just going to go the dominant to the dominant, right? So this was the dot. Now I get a new high, so now it's going here. Okay, there's a 50. Right, this is no longer relevant, so there's a 50. But we got to pay attention to what's happening on the other side always. Right, remember the algo does not care. Right, it's on both sides. So you're in a little bit of an algo box here. Right, this is welcome to trading 2023. Oh, it's been this way for years. All right, welcome to trading. All right, you're in an algo box. Okay. Do we have any way of knowing which way who's going to win that battle? Right, and this could come down here, right? Because you can see there's a target. This target is right in between that golden zone. So if you weren't in this trade, would you want to be buying it right now? Maybe not, right? I mean, you have no edge here. I mean, you have a slight edge in that, okay, the last thing that I see here, well, pardon me, I shouldn't say it that way. Impulse, correction, impulse, right? Here's a swing, right? Here's a swing. Here's an internal correction. It's internal. Here's another impulse. Well, that's internal to this one. That's internal to this one. That goes external. Oh, wait, back. I'm internal, right? So I've got things to work with here. But right now, would I want to enter the market right here? I mean, I'm damn near the POC, right? I mean, there's no edge here. So if I'm insistent on trading this for whatever reason, right? I like the story, I like the asset. Okay, well, who's got the edge here? Well, you give the edge to the bulls not because of what I can see here, but because of the context of the Elliott count. It's even with that, it's not like I'm getting any big advantage here, but at least I can see 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Now what am I doing? All right, I'm just going sideways. So the other, you could just kind of, all right, until I break out of here. But when I say that, I don't mean buy it here. I would never, ever, ever, under any circumstances, do that. Never. I never buy breakouts, right? Only because, as I just said, I've done it so many times. It's now a hard rule, right? So if I wanted to buy it, where would I buy that? If I was insistent on buying it, I'd want to buy it down here, right? Low end of the range, somewhere down here, looking for that, right? I want to buy it on sale, not at full retail. Think of it that way. When do they put this on sale? Well, if we're down here at the lows, more likely to be on sale than if it's up here. That's full retail. Who buys up here? Breakout traders, right? Breakout traders are rock hard, right? When it gets right there. Oh my God. Oh, because they fill in the blanks, right? They fill in their mind's eye. Oh, there it goes. Right? I would let that go $1 million higher before I'd buy that. I'll wait. Just me. I mean, what's 30 years of experience? Okay, Koki, I think this is a hurry up and wait. But as I said, right, let it come down a little bit lower. At least when you're in a trading range, I know it's hard to trade when you're in a trading range because you have to do the opposite, right? It's coming down, you're like, oh fuck, I guess I got to buy it. I'd be a buyer there, and I'd be a seller up at the top. Let me get it. James M. bringing in, what do we got here? Oh, he's giving me, well, look at this, right? Well, I was juicing for trades this morning, as in pushing members to give me more stuff to work with, and I got a couple of senseis and a senpei, that we call them. So, the market just, Fed minutes. Well, that's going to affect some of the counts we looked at before. Okay, so James M, bottom right, you want to take a peek at stupid. Yes, I love stupid bullish. Oh shit, hang on. I love stupid bullish. Because I'm a Bitcoin perma bull. I think anyone who watches me knows that. All right, you'd have to, what do they say about the NRI? You'd have to pry the Bitcoin out of my cold dead hands. I would never sell it. All right, so let's see what we got here. Stupid bullish. Now, James has really embraced channeling, right? That is the foundation of his approach, really technically. I think he works the channels and fits the Elliott in around the channels. It's become a cornerstone of his approach to the market. So when you see his channeling work, pay attention because he spent a lot of time developing that skill set. Is it hard to see why you'd want to pay attention to channel moves to the middle line, to the outside line? Well, now here he's got a set of median lines, right? So median lines and channels are, what would we call them? Cousins, kissing cousins, right? Very much related, right? Modified shift is just a channel, right? So they're very closely related. And often with a channel, you're looking for ideally 5 pivots. For a set of median lines, you only need 3. But so he's got what are we doing here? 1, 2. Okay, this is the stupid bullish. Okay, so And he and I had this conversation, right? That this, because I said to him, really, are we going to finish? Are we going to put in a major Bitcoin low off of that little fucker? That little 3 is going to be it? Well, sure looks like that's the case. And I've seen some really skilled eliticians, right, including those on my team and including James M saying, yep, that's it, right? Because his thought was, once we went through this, right, and we did not go get the liquidity that damn well was down there, and when we did this, right, that the low was confirmed, right? I think that's very valid. And he's a very successful trader, so I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of anything he's trading. Okay, so let's get this up here. Okay, 1, 2. We've got this ugly fucker. It is ugly in Bitcoin in here, right? Because it's not quite. You keep thinking, oh, must be, could be. I've seen this count from a couple of members on my team. So this is I think we're pretty much aligned that this is a 1, this is a 2. Well, let me rephrase. This is an impulse. This is the correction, probably a sharp double, right? So you see the 3 here. Maybe Bitcoin is prone to doing this, right? So there's the 3 that finishes it, which looks a lot like this, the 3 down here that finishes it. Oh, if I recall, I think this is a break. No, it's not, right? So, and what? That is just all of a sudden I've lost log scale. It's just weird. Got to be something I clicked accidentally. Okay, 1, 2. All right, so let's look here at Bitcoin. Okay, so because this is such a cluster, I think we all see the problem here, right? So we all kind of want to go 3, 4, and off we go. But the subdivision is mighty squirrely. Excuse me, guys. 1, 2. Okay, what are we're kind of stuck with people are starting to move away from this, and I think this is perfectly valid, right? Oh, that's going to be the 3? Really? Because then there's the 3, then there's this consolidation. Okay, maybe that's a 4. Well, here's another look at it, right? Which is, I think, a creative way to approach it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Right now, that's. You've heard me say this before, right? When you get that many 1, 2s, like you got to catch yourself, like, wait a minute. I got to make sure that flies. Well, there's a couple little tells in here that are meaningful. One, the fact that we don't overlap this pivot, right? That keeps the eliticians guessing, because you might think 1, 4, right? But is that enough of a 3? Probably not. And if we're going to get the raging bull to go 1, 2, 3, 4, I think not, right? So the more bullish is to think 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? So because it's a series of 3s. So the way he's looking for this to resolve is we've got so one looks like he's got 2 counts in here. So one thought is we're going to expand the B and we're going to come down to the C. That's one thought, right? We do it this way in yellow. A, B, C, and then we'd be looking for a 5 to come back down here. Oh shit. 5 to come back down, this being a logical area of support. Probably have a 50 there as well. Something along those lines. Maybe we'll fatten that up a little bit. A, B, C, right? It's a little, see, it's in my view, until we start to come down, it's too much to forecast. It's too much to say, oh, we're going to go up and then we're going to come down in a 5. Is it a contender? Definitely a contender. But a little much to say when it gets up here, I'm going to short it. Okay, but let's say you were thinking that, right? And James probably is. Now, he's a very, very skilled trader. He would have no trouble doing this. But my point being, if it comes up here and we complete that and you're thinking, oh, I just completed my B. I've got an expanded B. Well, if that's the case, there's going to be a 1, 2. We're not going to go in a straight line. Okay, so where would you take that trade? Where's the low risk way to take that trade? I guess this is kind of becoming the theme for the day, right? So that would be the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I want the meat of it. But if I take that trade, right, am I going to lie awake at night and wake up and check the monitor 5 times a night? Not if my stop's there. Now, if I do this, well, I don't put it up here just to make sure I give plenty of room. well, you're not going to sleep too well, especially if you're using leverage, right? If you're right here, I mean, you could use the pivot. I still got 8.9 to 1. That's assuming I just make the fit. Well, here, let's be more conservative. 6.42 to 1. I'm just looking for the meat of the third. And I'm going to sleep like a baby because I'm not worried about that. I'm not going to check the market 27 times during the day. Now, if I get here, you'd have the same conundrum down here. Oh, shit. Right? Well, here, let me finish it. 4, 5. Same conundrum. Okay. What are we doing now? Oh, looks like, oh, wow, look at that. Looks like I got my C's come in here. I've had this wacky B that came down here. Well, shit, it just looked crazy, but lo and behold, that's what we got. Okay, well, if that's going to be, oh shit, where is it? If that's going to be the 2 here, and this is going to go 1 A, B, C, which would be wacky, but it's not like we haven't seen it. Where's the trade? Am I going to buy it here? Definitely not. Where am I going to buy it? Right there. Why? Right? This is the kind of the, just trying to make it easier for you guys, not harder. I know sometimes you look at it and like, God damn, this Elliott is fucking complicated. What double, triple, what the fuck? Right? At the end of the day, this is what I want you to focus on, not what the fuck that is. How much are you risking relative to how much you're going to make? Right? So can you sleep at night with that trade-off? 4.8 to 1? And that's assuming we're not, this is not going to be the third. That's not going to be the top. Where would you be projecting? 43. So what did you just put together? A 10.86 to 1. Maybe leverage, maybe not. Right? Maybe that would be too uncomfortable for you. And if that's the case, know thyself. Right? No, shit, I can't do leverage. It makes me too nervous, right? I can't concentrate. I can't. Shit, if I'm in an S&P trade, it's very hard for me to focus on anything else, right? It's just the way our brains work, right? What's happening? If I'm in this trade, with that a little amount of risk, I'm not hyper. I'm not checking it all the time. What's happening? You put the trade on and then relax, right? When are you nervous? When you're doing stupid shit like that, right? Well, fuck, I give it plenty of room. James M, that is an interesting count, right? So I know you've given me multiples here. Well, like that's the one that's the most fleshed out as an interesting alternate. So he's actually giving us multiples here. So we're getting the A, B, C as one scenario, but the alternatives are all the 1, 2s, right? That it's uber bullish, that it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. How will we know, right? At some point that B is going to get too far to where you're going to say, oh, wait a minute. It's weird, but it flies. There's a 3. There's a 5. There's a 3. Shit, I don't know if we have a 5 in that line. Well, yeah, we do. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So you've got it. Everything's there. I might start it there. A, B. Oh shit. Actually, it looks like you'd have to do W, X, Y because that finishes a 3. Looks like, oh fuck, doesn't matter, right? So something like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, internal 3, 4, 5. That put us up at 31. We start to keep rolling here. That 4 might, ideally that 4 would go a little further. Right? So again, here, I know that this is the first thing he would do, right? Because he's a channel master, right? So we want to use the Elliott channeling. Like, so people forget how critical the channeling is to good Elliott, which is why you hear me say things like, or show. Oh fuck! Here, where are you here? Where I don't want to do trades like this, where I get something here and then I go out here and do that. Right? Those two are not related. When it's good Elliott, it'll be tight. Right? It'll stay within a channel like this. So if we come down to the 4, you don't think, oh shit, it's coming down. Right? I can't buy that. No, that's the perfect setup. God damn it! Come here. Right? I want this to come down here, and I want bears thinking, oh, that's what I want them to see. Right, as opposed to that. Right, I want to buy when it's on sale, and I want to sell it when it's at full retail or higher. I do not. Here's what retail does. Oh, it's probably safe to buy right now. Safe to buy. Worst place to buy. Thanks for that, James M. He gave me another one. Did I screw that one up? Well, here, let me go to the cookies. I love it when I'm getting my team giving us good stuff. Right? Well, you guys can see their work. As I've said before, you see much more of their work than mine because they really drive the Discord. They're the ones who are posting content in there all the time. Uh-oh, I got Koki giving me Bitcoin? Yes. No, something's wrong there. That's copy link. That's James' chart. Koki, I'm trying to get your chart. Here we go. You're giving me, all right, let's see what Koki's thinking. Oh, wait a second. You're giving me Badger. Badger. Shit, I thought it was Bitcoin. Okay, so let's go here. What am I doing with time? We got 15 minutes. Going to have my back looked at again, considering a second surgery. You can believe that. That's why I stand all the time. I can't sit. I think I told some of you guys that. I can't sit. I have a pinched nerve, so I have to stand the whole day. Okay, Badger. Fuck, I don't even know Badger. There's so many cryptos. Jesus. Let's get that up here. Badger. Well, it doesn't matter, right? It's chart's a chart right there. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way, right? You want to understand the business, but how do they trade? They all trade the same way because what's driving that? Fear and greed. Right? Human emotion drives it. That's what makes these wave patterns. It's not that they're magic. It's that people do the same stuff over and over again. Okay, so I got a nice looking impulse here. Look at this nice work here, Koki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extension in the 5th. It doesn't really matter, right? It's a clean impulse. Well, we're getting a little dicey there. Oof. Okay, let's go to a 4-hour. This might look better. ABC 1, 2. You do see a lot of this in alts, right? Something will wick pump and then give it all back, almost like this, right? You see it. That would make me a little uneasy trading this. When I see that a lot, I know the volume's likely lower that would allow that to happen. But almost everything on this chart doesn't matter. What matters? Look at his risk reward. For reasons that doesn't matter, right? Why he likes it. Look at the risk profile. Right, wrong. It's just another trade. If he gets stopped out, so be it. Oh, well, fuck. Okay, maybe it's a WX, A, B, C. Right? We'll reload down here. Well, if it's coming down here, we're taking out the low, so you'd have to rethink it, right? So this couldn't be the 2. Maybe you're putting the 2 over here. This 2 would blow out. This 2 would all of it blows up. But that doesn't mean we still couldn't be going higher. It just means I got stopped out. Oh, wah. Next trade. Now, where the real value starts to build is when you stop changing your approach and you say, okay, I'm gonna commit to this for pick your time horizon, and I'm gonna trade this way every single time. Right? Now, just by the way, just doing that is hard enough. To say I'm gonna trade it the same way every time, very hard to do. Easy to say, hard to do. Okay. You might have conditions like, oh, okay, I'm only going to take trades that have potential of 3 to 1 or greater. What's the potential here? If this is the 2, well, okay, why would you even be fucking around here? Okay, let's just do the math. 1, let's just assume that that's right. That he's got a good 2. Oh, fuck. Oh, pardon me. This is the 2. This is the second 2. Right? It's still valid, right? As long as it doesn't take out that pivot, it's still a good 2. Okay, if that's a 3, and we're going to get an alt run, that's the target. That's just 28.83 to 1. How many? Right? I promise you, the hardest part of this trade will not be getting in. It will be staying in through all of that. That will be the hard part. Do you have to stay in? Nope. What are we after? Sweater meat. The meat of it. Easy to say, hard to do. Takes a lot of discipline to do that. A lot of discipline. But if I'm thinking of it like that, right? That's different approach. So it should be given all of that, like, oh my God, why? Okay, why would you not take that trade? You don't like this? The risk reward wasn't good enough? There's only one reason. You like something better. You got another 28 to 1 that you've teed up somewhere? I'd like to see it. All right, I got one more here, and I think we're done. James M's giving me a second contender here. Second contender. Hang on. Hang on, baby. I'm almost done. That doesn't sound right. So back to James M. We'll finish up here, guys. He's giving me, what is he giving me? Bottom left. Oh shit. Wait, I got to copy this, and then we'll wrap here. Not a consistent theme today. Brave new coin, liquid index for Bitcoin. Bottom left. I'm pretty sure that's what he wants me to look at. Well, okay, first, talk about consistency, doing things the same way. Look at all the channeling, right? That's a foundation of his approach, right? So he's pick one skill and master it. All right, let me get this right here. Oh, geez, what are we doing here? Oh, man. Whew, look at that. Okay, so, all right, well, we can, you're not giving me a count here, but let's go ahead and do it, right? So 3, 4, 5. We can get it in here. W, X, Y, X, Z. 1, 2, 3, 4, putting in the 5. Okay, so sometimes these big pictures out here, really, really clear, right? So remember, I'm sure all of you remember how this was like, oh my God, is that going to break? Right, that's when we knew it was serious. And as we come right back to it, now, looking at that, right, does that make you think, oh, I'm dying to buy that? Let's just get a little perspective on it. Who would be looking to buy right there? You know, it might be people that don't know that that's there. Now, I'm not saying don't buy Bitcoin. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that couldn't just blow right through it. I am saying if you're going to buy it there, at least know what's there. At least it's like breaking a rule in Elliott Wave. If you're going to break the rule, know the rule you're breaking. It's the same thing here. Okay, well, if you're going to buy that, at least know, because here's what you wouldn't want to do. God damn, man, I thought that thing was going. I don't understand why did it pivot there? Is it this? Excuse me. Sorry, is it the prior structure? Is it some fucking candlestick pattern? Is it an oscillator got overdone? No. I mean, how many times do I have to show it before we can all agree? Like, well, it doesn't mean it can't get through, but it's likely to get a bump there, right? You're going to get a reaction there. That's a major swing. Remember, right? Here's a swing. This is an internal correction, right? What's the target of that algo, right? There's no guy sitting there. Whoa, I'm going to sell that right there. I'm going to stay with it. It's just software, right? So that's my point being, as he highlights this. Now here. I'm going off on the measure move. Look at how good this is. So now the break here. So one thought is, right? If you're doing this, know you're doing it. That the next push would be to the midline. Right? If we break this, we're going here. We break that, we're going here. Maybe the retrace is here, right? And we're going to go to the next one, right? Now we're new all-time highs. I'd be curious what the number of people watching this live stream are that do not think Bitcoin is ever going to see a new all-time high. The only question is, what year is it? In my mind, right? It's not a matter of if, just a matter of when. I think that's going to look quaint 5 years from now. Like, oh, remember when it stalled up there at 69? Wasn't that fun? Oh, we had to go through all of this. I'm a perma bull, right? I'm as bullish as they come. That's what I see. This is 1-2. we're working on the 1-2 here, right? Which is consistent with his count. I think this is inevitable, right? We're going to break that, right? And that could just be the 1. If this is the 2, that's the 1. All right, I'll leave you with this. If we're going to do this, right, back to the channel, look how nice that is, right? You want to get crazy bullish. Shit, I can't even get the log scale. Who doesn't think that's going to happen, right? If you don't think that's going to happen, I'm on the other side of your trade. 475. I'll be on the other side of your trade all day long, right? Because I think that's inevitable. That's just me, right? I'm not giving you financial advice. That's my view. That's my brain filling in the blanks. All right, guys, I got to go. I got some doctor's thing here. I got to go. My wife is already here yelling at me from downstairs. I got to go. Let's see if I can get this back situation fixed. So maybe someday I can actually sit while I'm doing a live stream. Okay, guys, I appreciate you all very much. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys get something from this. I'll wrap it there. And I guess I'm back on Friday.